story. And so it comes to my mind in Ethiopia, where we run 100 water and sanitation projects around Ethiopia. And this man called Abdullahi Mohammed said to me in Swahili, water is life, and you've given us life. And this was on the day that the water started flowing from a borehole along a 5-kilometer pipeline to a distribution center that he was on the committee for running. I mean, that's pretty. You couldn't. Day. It's a rewarding day. It sort of sounds almost too good to be true. It's too much of a Hollywood quotation, but that's pretty significant. I think it's also. I think of the Somali woman who was in a Kenyan refugee camp, and what she said to me was, "IRC's given me hope," which is a pretty deep thing. Actually, I'm wrong. She said, "IRC's given me courage," which is almost even more poignant. Equally, I have in my mind, last time I was on the West Coast, I was in San Diego, because we do this domestic resettlement here. So I met an Iraqi fellow who lost everything in Iraq, has come here. He's now running a small business. He's employing 6 people. And my goodness, the entrepreneurialism of the people who make it here, in many ways, it's made this country, the people who've come here from all over the world, and they've got such a sense of commitment to the country. Actually, there's a woman who works in our office. She's just got her American citizenship, and they're the proudest Americans that there are. And maybe they say it to me more because I'm not an American.
Right.
And they have this sort of profound sense of what it means to have come through hell, really, or what you and I would perceive to be hell, and now got here. And they feel, my goodness, they're not going to waste the chance they've been given.
Yeah, very interesting. It is interesting because it's so hard to talk about issues like the ones you deal with every day, because you end up talking in terms of massive numbers, because the numbers are so massive, broad brushstrokes, but really this is about a lot of individual stories, kind of like your parents, and individual people who make it despite impossible odds and who are really entrepreneurial. When I was living in Pakistan, there was a massive amount of Afghan refugees. And in the camps, we were always astounded by how much people were able to do, how much they didn't act like victims, and how much they created just by themselves. Of course, there was some help from IRC, other great organizations, but people set up schools, people set up markets, people set up whatever was possible to do. So you're dealing with probably the most victimized people on earth, and yet they kind of persevere.
Well, people have an amazing resilience and an amazing sense of survival and an amazing sense of entrepreneurship. Equally, you see people who get beaten down, and that's